Oh, me. Hi, my name is Michael and our channel's dying, and today I'm starting a brand new series that I'm calling Breaking to See If I Can Fix It, where every week I'll something up fam on this Volvo.
Because I want to keep the passion for cars alive, and what better way to do that than to film what I've always wished I could be doing on a Saturday night anyway, right? Messing with cars and learning from mistakes. This is not a tutorial. I've never fixed a car door before in my life. Rather, my goal is for you to leave this video with the confidence that if I can tackle a problem that I've never encountered before, you can too.
So subscribe if that sounds like something that you'd be into. And I've been making a lot of TikToks recently, so go follow me there as well at Michael N. Dickson. With that out of the way, first up, dents. That was a dent. Hold on, let me fix that. Oh, me. But can I fix it though?
Right off the bat, let's assess the damage. You can see the dent's pretty deep. It's dislocated the trim. There's a peak at the top and the bottom, and there's a section in the middle where the paint's been completely sheared off, mainly from the first hit that I whiffed on. My main concern though is whether or not I bent the window regulator, because if I did, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. I'm just joking, I'll do that anyway.
Moment of truth. Oh, thank God. Step 2 is to then bend the metal back to roughly where it used to be. Now, real mechanics use these dope-ass welding tools that stick to the metal so that you can then hammer it out. You're not worth that much to me, but no worries because we can always push it from the inside, or kits like this on Amazon exist that you can, stick it with hot glue instead.
One of these kits is actually what I'll be using today. Interesting aside, my first experience with a kit like this was at my last apartment when someone backed into my car and then ran off. Unfortunately, gray mercury wasn't exact enough of a description of the car to find it, so I used this kit to take the dent from bad to passable, so it blended in with the rest of my life. Bada bing, bada boom. This actually was pretty straightforward to do, quite satisfying too.
We're now ready for Bondo, which is a brand of body filler. And if you didn't know, Bondo is like modeling clay that dries and then can be sanded down to any shape, and it's how we're gonna make this area completely smooth again. It needs something to stick to though, so to do this the right way, we're gonna sand down to bare metal, is what I would say if this car wasn't worth less than the hard drives in my PC. On second thought, maybe just scuffing the paint will do. Now I'm mixing and applying the filler, letting it dry, and then sanding it until it's perfectly flush with everything else. This took multiple passes and a lot of hours. At this point, it's actually quite smooth.
I've only ever used Bondo one time years ago, but as you can see, it went really smoothly. My only tip is to use a block, otherwise you'll end up sanding in your own custom high and low spots.
So it looks really weird, but when you feel it, it's completely the same. So, if this was my blind girlfriend's car, I'm done. Only she's not blind, and this is my car, which brings us to painting. Now, painting is just like Shrek, right? It consists of layers. Only painting doesn't turn me on. Primer. This exists mainly to help the paint stick, and we're gonna lay it down over just the repaired area. Base coat. This is where the color goes, and to get the color even, I'm gonna lay one coat over just the repaired area, and then one coat over everything else. Finally, clear coat. This protects it all and makes it shiny. Now, I personally only ever use 2K epoxy-based clear coats. They're what manufacturers use. They're much better. Basically like toilet seats that wash your ass, right? Nobody realizes they exist, but once you try it, man, you never go back. For each of these layers, I want even overlapping coats, and in general, I don't want to start on the panel. I want to test on something else first.
See, look guys, you don't need certifications or degrees, you just need forums, YouTube, and oh my good lord, what is that?
Holy shit, that's f***ed up. It looks like a waterfall of my hopes and dreams just disappearing into the ether. I think I figured out what I did wrong. Hopefully this is translating onto camera just how bad this is. I don't know if you can tell by the way that it is, but it's f***ed up. I think I mixed the ratios wrong. So this particular clear coat, and I'll go grab a can for you, is supposed to be mixed 4 to 1 to 1. I think I accidentally mixed it 1 to 1 to 1, or at the time what I would have thought would be like 4 to 4 to 4, because while I was mixing, I was trying to figure out how much paint I would need, and I just totally blew the numbers in my mind.
I want to test on something else first.
The good news,
at least now we know that when you don't put enough clear coat into your clear coat, the result is abhorrently high surface tension.
I'm gonna go and sand this off up to 600 grit, and hopefully round 2 is a little bit better than round 1.
So let's talk lessons learned. First, take your time when you're doing something new. That ratio mistake took a couple seconds to make and set me back an entire day. Second, body work isn't hard and anyone can do it with almost no tools. Painting, on the other hand, is absolute sorcery. How the hell professional painters don't get dust or runs or excessive orange peel is beyond me. Absolute wizards. And third, be okay with setbacks. So this process on the whole was not smooth, and I actually had to cut out a fair amount, including a segment of me trying to wet sand and buff the paint that completely failed on me. But that's the point. You have no right to hold a mistake against yourself if it's the first time you're making it. That's called learning. It's only a mistake once you know better.
I just found this. It actually dissolved the Solo Cup that I was mixing the paint in, and it has since created a river of hardened Solo Cup paint. So, you know, in case you ever need red, I guess you know how to make it now.
Final result, I think this might actually be passable. If only the rest of the car, which you can learn the story of by watching this video right here, looked this good.